Welcome to this video lecture series on transportation engineering. In this session, we shall discuss on the built-up spray grout, abbreviated as BSG. So built-up spray grout is basically recommended to be used as a base course in the construction of the flexible pavements, and it consists of a two-layer composite construction of the compacted crushed stone aggregates or the coarse aggregates with the application of the bituminous binder after each layer. At the top, the single-sized key aggregates they are applied, and as the sprayed bitumen, it does not actually help in filling up the voids which will be created by the coarse aggregates. So these pavements they behave to be highly permeable in nature. As this pavement it does not have the property to attract the moisture and the water, so the application of the built-up spray grout as a remedy for the removal of the potholes, it is basically stopped to be used in practice. The construction procedure of the built-up spray grout is as follows. The first step is the preparation of the existing base. The depressions and the potholes, the first are filled and the surface it is brought to a required grade, and then the prime coat it is applied. The second step is the application of a tack coat. So the heated bituminous binder is applied at a rate of 7.5 to 10 kg on the waterborne macadam surface and 6 to 8 kg on the blacktop surface per 10 meter square area. The next step is the coarse aggregates they are sprayed at a rate of 0.5 meter cube per 10 meter square area. Then the aggregates they are rolled using the 8 to 10 tons roller till they are well compacted. Then the second layer of the coarse aggregate it is sprayed at 0.5 meter cube per 10 meter square area and rolled thoroughly starting from the edges to the chamber. The second application of the binder is done at a rate of 12.5 to 15 kg per meter square. Then the key aggregates they are applied and sprayed at 0.13 meter cube per 10 meter square of an area, and they are rolled again. Lastly, the surface finish. The surface unevenness is then checked with a 3 meter straight edge, and the longitudinal profile it should not have any sort of undulations exceeding 12 mm. Next is the asphalt concrete. The asphalt concrete it is a composite material commonly used for the surface roads, parking lots, airports, and the core of the embankment dams. It consists of the mineral aggregate which actually bound together with the asphalt, layered in the layers, and it is then compacted. The term asphalt or asphaltic concrete or the bituminous asphalt concrete and the bituminous mixture are typically used only in the engineering and construction documents, which actually define the concrete as any composite material which is composed of the mineral aggregates which actually are adhered with the help of a binder. Now, the key components of the asphaltic concrete are the careful selection of the binder and the aggregate, the volumetric proportioning of the ingredients, and third is the evaluation of the finished products. The asphalt it is used as a binder, and mineral aggregates they are mixed together and then laid down in layers, and then they are compacted. It is also increasingly used as a core for the embankment of the dams. The asphalt concrete it is also termed as a blacktop, particularly in the Northern America. Now, if you see the types of the asphaltic concrete, first is the hot mix asphalt concrete, which is commonly abbreviated as HMA. This is produced by heating the asphalt binder in order to decrease its viscosity and drying the aggregate to remove the moisture from it prior to its mixing. On mixing of these aggregates and the binder, it is generally performed with the aggregates they are first brought to about 300 degree Fahrenheit, that is roughly 150 degrees Celsius for the virgin asphalt, and 330 degree Fahrenheit, that is 166 degrees Celsius for the polymer modified asphalt and the asphalt cement at 95 degree Celsius. The next type is the warm mix asphalt concrete, abbreviated as WMA. This is produced by adding either the zeolites, waxes, asphalt emulsions, or sometimes even water to the asphalt binder prior to its mixing with the aggregates. So this allows the lower mixing and laying temperatures and actually results in the lower consumption of the fossil fuels, thus releasing the less carbon dioxide, aerosols and vapors, thus causing less amount of pollution. Then next is the cold mix asphalt concrete. So this cold mix asphalt concrete, it is produced by emulsifying the asphalt in water with an emulsifying agent prior to its mixing with the aggregates. Next is the cut back asphalt concrete. So the cut back asphalt concrete, it is a form of a cold mix asphalt which is produced by dissolving the binder in kerosene or another lighter fraction of petroleum prior to its mixing with the aggregate. Now, while it is being dissolved state, the asphalt is less viscous and the mix is easy to work and then compact on the site. Next is the mastic asphalt concrete or the sheet asphalt. This mastic asphalt concrete, it is produced by heating the hard grade blown bitumen, that is the which is partly oxidized in a green cooker or a mixer until it actually becomes viscous liquid, after which the aggregates they are mixed into it. Then the bitumen aggregate mix is heated or cooked for around 6 to 8 hours, and once it is ready, that means a homogeneous mix of the mastic asphalt and the aggregate, it is ready, then the mastic asphalt mixer is transported to the work site where the experienced layers they actually empty the entire mixer and they lay it by either the machine or the hard lay the mastic asphalt onto the roads. Next is the high modulus asphalt concrete. So this high modulus asphalt concrete, it uses a very hard bituminous formulation in the proportions close to 6% by weight of the aggregates, as well as a high proportion of the mineral powder, which is in between 6 to 10%, in order to create an asphalt concrete layer with a high modulus of elasticity of the order of 13,000 MPa. Next is the bituminous macadam. So bituminous macadam or bitumen bound macadam, it is a premix construction which actually consists of one or more courses of the compacted crushed aggregates which are premixed with the bituminous binder laid immediately after its mixing. The pavement is constructed by spreading two or more layers of the crushed stone on a suitable base and pouring of the bituminous binder on each layer. The bituminous macadam, it is laid in a compacted thickness of 75 mm or 50 mm, and the three different gradations of the aggregates they actually are being suggested for the each thickness in order to provide the open, graded and semi-dense construction. The bituminous macadam, it is essentially a base course or a binder course, and hence it should be covered by a suitable surfacing course before it is being actually exposed to the traffic. The specifications of the bituminous macadam are as follows. The grades of the bitumens they are used in the grades of 30:40 or 60:40 or 80:100 penetration, and the road tar, that is RT4, or the cutback and emulsion they are used. The binder contains of 3 to 4.5% by the weight of the mix, it is then used. The aggregates they should satisfy the set values first for the Los Angeles abrasion value of maximum 40%, aggregate impact value of maximum 30%, and the flakiness index of 15%, and the stripping at 40 degrees Celsius as 25% maximum, and the loss of weight by the sodium sulfate solution, it should be 12% maximum. So the binder force, abrasion and impact values, they are 40 and 30% respectively. Next, the construction procedure of the bituminous macadam. Now the first step is the preparation of the existing layer. So the existing layer, it is properly profiled and made even, and then it is cleaned. And before the starting of the work, the materials they are to be used in the materials which are to be used in the macadam, they are sent to the laboratory for the mix design to determine the proportioning of the materials and ascertain the physical properties of the materials to be found out to its stability on the site. Next step is the provision of the tack coat or the prime coat application. So here a tack coat, it is applied in a thin layer of the bituminous binder using the sprayer or a pouring can. Then the premix preparation. So this bituminous binder and aggregates, they are separately heated and then placed in a mixer, and it is again mixed well such that they will form a homogeneous mixture, and then it is carried to the site by a suitable transporting vehicle or a wheelbarrow. Then the placement. The paving mixture, it is placed in a desired location and it is spread with the racks to the predetermined thickness, starting from the edges to the camber, and then the camber profile, it is checked with help of a template. Then the rolling and finishing of the pavement mix. The rolling, it is done with the help of a tandem roller, and the roller is commenced from the edge of the pavement to the center. The finished surface, now it should not show separate lines of markings of the roller wheel, and the roller wheel, it has to be kept damp. A variation of 6 mm over a 3 meter length, it is allowed in the cross profile. So the number of undulations which actually exceeding 10 mm, they should not be less than 30 in a 300 meter length of the pavement. So here proper care should be taken regarding the markings of the pavement. They should not be visible, and the entire road surface, it should be free of the undulations as per the set limits. So with this, we shall stop here. Thank you.